If you're specialized, that's better. Keep in mind that Switzerland is a very small country and everyone wants to come live here, so there's a lot of competition, especially in the Ticino area. Here we are. Here, I don't know if you can see me, there's also a huge buffalo up here. I hope I don't hit my head. No, I shouldn't hit it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Super Dimi1 and today we're going to talk a bit about Switzerland and what you need to move here. We're at the Career Street Cafe Bar. It's a garage bar, really cool. I'll show you some clips of the setting. Thank you. They allow me to film here and I actually want to thank them for letting me do it. And there will also be a specific video just about this garage. Give me a little time because I can only make 2 videos a week. And even there, not often, because I also work while showing you a bit of my view from here. Look how cool it is. There's literally a wheel, a helmet, and over there there's also a nice big car that I've already shown you. So how do you move to Switzerland? So first of all, you need to understand if it's worth it. And on this topic, I made another video, so here it is. Go check it out. To catch up, it's the previous video. So if you think it's worth it, okay, then I'll explain it to you step by step, how to do it. First of all, it's not that easy. It's not even that complicated because you don't have to go illegally to another country. You shouldn't have to wait months for the documents and so on. But the fundamental thing is to have a job. This needs to be said, so you have to go to tutti.ch jobs. Indeed, hotel career, and find a Swiss employer who wants to give you a job contract. This becomes much easier if you are specialized. For example, if you're chefs and have been working for a long time, look in the restaurant sector, then it makes sense for you. Otherwise, if you're general laborers, you might get lucky. So it's always worth a try. But even then, it's more difficult. If you're specialized, it's better. It's more difficult. If you're specialized, it's better. Keep in mind that Switzerland is a very small country. Everyone wants to come live here. So there's a lot of competition, especially in the Ticino area. I am in the German-speaking part of Switzerland at the moment. There are a lot of videos on the channel. Go check them out so you can see how I did it. And so on and so on. Right now, you should know that I don't even have a place of my own yet, and I'm sharing an apartment with someone who has helped me out. Clearly, it benefits him because I'm paying him. It's not free. I pay almost how much to have a studio flat in a non-lagoon area like this because they are around the lake. We are in Rapperswil-Vigliona, but a bit further out, it clearly costs less because everyone wants to be by the lake. So go to these various different sites. There are many of them. And you will find that they almost always typically end in .ch, or on Indeed. You can go and search based on the location. Put in what you want to do. I, for example, looked for a chef. In reality, if you have, like everywhere in the world, a friend who helps you out and gets you in somewhere, it's better. You really take much less time. Beyond that, unfortunately, they will clearly prioritize those who already have a valid permit, even though getting a permit here is really quite easy. You just need to have a residence and a work contract. The maximum time is 1 month. You have the permit. If you're in German-speaking Switzerland, it's for 5 years. If you're in Italian-speaking Switzerland, I think it's before that. They do it for a year or so, and then it becomes 5. Well, anyway, you have the permit. I have it arrived weeks ago, and it's for 5 years. Yeah, but for like face, yeah. No problem. No problem. Business in the middle. No, I'm actually trying to film a video. I'm trying to be a falsetto YouTuber. Talking about Switzerland. How do you get around here? I'm new, so thank you very much. When did you find the best coffee? This is the best coffee. I've already said this. They're saying that she's the one who practically makes everything. Sorry, there was a little interruption because they saw the pod moving, so it follows my face. You missed the resume. Okay, you need to be detailed like in Italy. Do it on 1 page, include all the details, specify what you've done, but in 2 or 3 lines because people here really read hundreds of resumes. Did you write a cover letter? Attention to detail is very important. They care here because, as I told you, they are meticulous, so you need to write a cover letter. You can do it well or poorly, generic, but then include the details for each job position. Like, I would love to work at your company, name, etc., because it's nice if it deals with tires, okay? And then a big summary of what you can do, of who you are, etc., etc. And for the next one, say, I would love to work at your pharmaceutical company because I like pharmacies. And then you do the big summary, I'm from here, I work like this, etc., etc. I sent this interview, maybe they'll also call you for a trial. Well, anyway, this is the slightly more complicated part. Let's say it could take months. For example, if you work in the restaurant industry, the best time is after January, because then from May, April, the season starts, the other season. So even if they might give you a permanent contract for those 3 months, they can avoid hiring you. They'll avoid it because they clearly save money. But they do this in Italy too. What about the other sectors? I don't know. Once you have a job contract and you've signed it, you need to find a place to live, a residence. And here there are two paths, often and willingly. Whoever brings someone from another country helps them find a place to live because maybe they also have apartments, things like that. For example, right now I'm staying at my boss's place because they don't give you a house, mainly if you don't have a permit, a job, and at least 3 pay slips. It's very difficult. For the moment though, you can make an agreement with the company, which often helps you out and finds, or like I did, helps you find a roommate, someone who has a place to share. And there are many here because rents cost between 1,000 and 2,000 euros a month. So many people, maybe someone with a big house pays 2,000 euros and looks for a roommate to split the expenses in half. Be careful, they can't do the marchetta for you. They can't ask you for more than what it is, because if they get caught, they get a huge fine. So if the rent costs 2,000, you'll pay exactly half. There's a proper contract. Get the contract made for you. For the apartment rental, so that you can register your residence there. Once you have the contract and the residence, you're all set. You can move here and apply for the work permit, right? So having 5 years then to work, I said it very easily, but it wasn't easy. It took me 2 months and 6 to 7 interviews to find a job. In the end, I decided on this one that was recommended to me by a friend, but I had other options. Even now, I don't know if I did the right thing because it's a bit of a mess. This job, then maybe I'll make a specific video that explains the situation a bit. And fortunately, at the last minute, I found a very kind lady, meticulous but kind, who decided to rent me a room. I pay 870 euros a month. Unfortunately, she doesn't provide residence because she basically takes people under the table. If you give residence, it costs you more and you have to pay taxes on it. But for me, it wasn't a problem since I temporarily registered my residence at my boss's place. And since then, more than 2 months have already passed. I'm looking for an apartment, but unfortunately, they don't want to give me one because they clearly prefer the Swiss. But just like in Italy, they give priority to Italians, clearly for the rents, even though my contract is unlimited and it's not a bad contract at all. Anyway, I'm having a really hard time. On top of the fact that I work both morning and evening, so it's hard for me to go see the houses. Because here, yes, to get a place, you have to go see it in person. They give you a form that you fill out with your details from your employer who acts as a guarantor. Will they also ask you for a report of your active debts? If paid, no need. If here 3-4 months, must. They decide on the apartment. But if you've already been living here for 3 to 4 months, you'll have to do it. And then, unfortunately, it will be up to them to decide if you're suitable to take that apartment or not. It's not you who decides. You have no say in the matter. If you're lucky, they'll give it to you. If you're unlucky, they'll give it to the first Swiss person who comes along, who makes 100 euros more a month than you. Unfortunately, that's how it works. And it works the same way in Italy. And you know it very well. Racism is everywhere, even in Italy. Settling is easier once you're here. It's present in Italy, it's a bit everywhere, and there's no point in beating around the bush. Once you've done everything, the paperwork, the interview, and so on, let's say that if you somehow manage to come here first and live here, it becomes easier. You can stay in Switzerland for 3 months, clearly paying for a shared room without having to give any explanations, nothing to anyone. In those 3 months, it would be ideal to come here and find a place. Don't think about hotels, don't think about inns because they're super expensive. So a shared room is the ideal option. Are you here in person? You send your resume, you deliver it in person, you have interviews, and you find a job. This is the fastest way. Once you have your residence, so you found an apartment or someone has lent you theirs or you're living with someone, you have your room, you've registered your residence, and you can apply for the permit. And this is the process to come here. You apply for the permit at the most important municipality. If you're near Zurich, you apply in Zurich. Go to your municipality of residence, provide your details, and indicate the day you arrived. Starting from that day, there you also have to pay for insurance, which is mandatory. So I pay 300 euros a month, and if I did it after 3 months, I have to pay 900 euros because it's retroactive. From the first day they put you on the registration sheet at the municipality when you arrive in Switzerland, the municipality will send the documents to the prefecture, which in this case is Zurich, and they will give you an appointment. You'll go there. Literally 10 minutes. They will take a photo of you, check your documents, and it will be sent to the municipality or to your home instead of the residence, literally the card. I don't have it with me right now, so I can't show it to you, but I received it after about a month. Unfortunately, the chamber then recorded snippets, so I'll record an audio over it. Besides that, you need to remember that unfortunately you can't come to Switzerland unless you have at least 7,000 euros saved up, because the costs of moving are quite high. Keep in mind that you still have to pay at least 3 months rent. If you've gotten lucky, a house will cost at least around 1,300. Let's say 1,300. You have to give 2 months rent in advance, which will be returned to you when you leave. But still, that's already about 3,000 euros, plus 1,200 or 1,500. How much is the monthly rent for the first month of stay in the apartment? So basically 5,000 euros just go for that. On top of that, there's the mandatory work insurance here. Otherwise, you can't stay in Switzerland and it's retroactive. Your driver's license, if it's Italian, is beneficial, because if you get the Swiss one, this is only if you have a B residence permit, so you want to move here. Otherwise, how would you be a cross-border worker? No. Is it worth it for you? Because in Italy, it needs to be renewed every 10 years. In Switzerland, however, it's unlimited. So you do it once, you have the eye exam, and if everything is fine, you get the license for life. This is basically a big summary of what you need and how to proceed to come and move here. First, you need to be sure about it, because it's not always worth it. And I made a separate video about that, and this is it. Here, go check it out so you can understand if it's the right situation for you, if it's worth moving to Switzerland or not. Definitely. Also because there are positive things and things negative. That said, guys, I say goodbye. Thank you. Make sure to like and share, and we'll see each other in the next video.